Bubbles, you guys. Bubbles. The bane of my existence. Welcome to Vancouver Carpenter. Today I'm going to teach you how to solve the bubbles problem. So first let's understand why it happens. So when you coat over a painted surface, and this is when it happens, it doesn't happen over fresh drywall, it happens over a painted surface. The reason is there's always going to be a little bit of air in your mud, a little bit of porosity in there, and when you push it over fresh drywall is porous and it has a little bit of somewhere for the air to get pushed into. So you get a nice smooth coat after only a few passes. Whereas a painted surface is sealed and there's nowhere for that air to go but back out, and that's why you get the bubbles. And I have no easy solution for those. But let's coat this patch here, see how it looks. Give it a couple passes and see what it's doing. Oh, I hate them so much. Look at them. Big, beautiful bubbles. Okay, now let's take a closer look. So on this patch, right here we have the painted surface. Right here we have the fresh drywall that's in the patch, back to the painted surface. So like I said, I have no easy answers for these. There's nothing to get rid of these in a two-coat system. It requires a third coat one way or the other. But here's how I do it. Obviously, this is pretty unacceptable to leave on a first coat. So what I do is I actually skim it super tight. So using my knife or trowel at like a 45-degree angle, I try and fill everything in. Skimming it super tight. Going in different directions if I have to. Okay, great. Now it's nice and smooth, but the problem is I haven't built out my joint. So while I have a smooth surface, I'm gonna see my joint if I paint it. So now that I've done that, now I'm going to give it another coat. Okay, now take care of it like any patch or joint. Feather my edges. And now a few finish passes, and what I'm trying to do is leave maybe a 1/16 to 3/30 seconds precisely of mud on here. So let's leave this for a bit because sometimes it takes the bubbles a little bit to show through. So that actually worked out way better than it often does. Every wall is different, and sometimes it depends on the gloss of the paint. But let's take a look. So it's really not bad. Here we've got just a little bit of bubbles, if you can even see them. You know, very little. And the rest of the patch is actually looking pretty good. So that actually came out much better than I expected, and all this is going to need is one more coat after a quick sand, and I'll probably skim it pretty tight. Now some of you might be thinking, Ben, that actually is a pretty simple solution to this problem, and I would say no, it's not. I injured my shoulder about 5 years ago, like many drywall guys, and I've been, just kind of overusing it over and over. So when you have a rotator cuff injury, and you've got umpteen dozen painted walls that need to be skimmed out, and you have to push that hard to scrape all the mud off, trust me, that is not a simple fix. You're wearing your shoulder out triple time. So that is the solution, a quick tight skim before putting on your next coat. But it is basically 50% more work, and it's a harder push than having to do it over fresh drywall. So thanks for watching Vancouver Carpenter. Now you know the solution to getting rid of those pesky bubbles. It's just 50% more work. If you found this video useful, feel free to leave a thumbs up and check out some other stuff. If you don't want to miss any other useful videos, feel free to subscribe and, do that notification thing. I hate telling people to do that, but honestly, if you don't want to miss the videos, that's the best way to do it. So again, thanks for watching Vancouver Carpenter, the suspiciously drywallery carpenter. Honestly, one of these days I'm actually going to tell you and maybe even show you that I actually am a carpenter. But for now, you can just think I'm a drywaller. And I really should have ended this video by now.